We are looking at the Works Every Time layout because many of you had issues with the flyer project. And I want to go over what is in the Works Every Time layout, why it works again, and we're going to redesign one of the flyers that I had submitted by a student. The Works Every Time layout needs to have, first of all, generous margins. It needs to have columns. It needs to have a large visual positioned at the top of the layout. It needs to have a cut line. It needs to have a headline. Well, it doesn't need to have the cut line. It may have a cut line. It needs to have a headline. It needs the copy and logos, taglines, things like that that go in the bottom corner. We're going to take a look at a Photoshop file that was submitted, which is this one on the left. And I had actually gone through and worked on creating this when I realized that I have information in the wrong place. Our headline is not Perfect Note Piano Studio, although that is where it is going to be. Our headline is actually Group Lesson. What kind of lesson? Guess what? So we should probably put in that this is a piano lesson. Group piano lesson. This can actually go even larger than what I have. Let's take this up. I'm going to type in a size on this. Ooh, I could even go bigger. Let's try 45. We don't have a lot of copy going on this. So let's take out the group lesson thing on the next line. Let me move down to that. Redefine my text box. There. Oops, I turned it by mistake. Let's get that level. Okay. So let me take care of that. Okay. I had put in some things that I realize I don't really necessarily need in here. We have some notes that we do need to have. First of all, it says this is on July 27th. We need to know where it is and the time. It also says July 27th at 3 p.m. This is a bad layout. There's no connection to anything on here. Everything is just really haphazard and it's very confusing to follow. So we need to take out this second thing of group lesson because that's repeating. So let me delete that. Oh, pop-ups. We do have a date. We have July 27th. Hopefully we're going to have this tell us at some point where we're going to be and how this is going to work. But yes, we do. We have information on times, because even though it says July 27th at 3, over here it says 5th graders at 3, 6th graders at 4, and 7th graders at 5. So I've got that text in here. Preschool children will come August 2nd, or it's August 8th rather. That's a different date. We have a notice that says please pick up children promptly. We have refreshments, so we're going to put in refreshments will be served. There are prizes. Be sure to bring your music. Come show what you know. And we're going to actually take and move that up because we have a location that we're going to put in for the Perfect Note Piano Studio. We've put in columns, margins. There are no bullet points. There are no boxes that have borders on there. All of that has been cleaned up. All of the same information is there, but it is presented in the format of the Works Every Time layout. You could actually put in some other if there's a logo for the piano studio, maybe you could put that in. If there's a contact point, that could be put in there underneath the Perfect Note Piano Studio name. We don't have any of that. None of that has been given to us, so we don't have anything more to add to this. But note the organization is now put into columns and everything is clean and readable, and we have a better, easier presentation. If you did not create a Works Every Time layout solution and you wish to recreate this, make a Works Every Time layout to raise your grade, please feel free to do so. Please feel free to submit it to me in the inbox. I will be happy to go through and regrade your flyer.